Okay then, agents. Let's have a little chat. Um, I can't access the PTS, unfortunately, but that doesn't stop me talking about the patch notes and things. And one of the real big hot topics at the moment is that they are altering determined. Uh, which I'll be perfectly honest with, I'm actually okay with. I don't mind that they're doing that. It's not the end of the world for me. But in them doing that, they have added in a new exotic. There's a new exotic chess piece coming in called Iron Will, and I'm just reading this off of my phone. The talent is called Resolved, and in the PvE version, the next body shot will be considered a headshot with a cooldown of 1 second. We won't go into the PvP side of it because I am not a PvP player. But every 1 second, when you are using either a marksman rifle, a rifle, or a pistol, you can get a headshot. So I guess what they tried to do is balance out the whole determined with headhunter combo, which is fine. Again, like, that isn't the end of the world for me. When I'm playing with sniper rifles or rifles, I do tend to try and aim for the head anyway. So for me, it wasn't a massive deal. But when I heard about this new chess piece, the Iron Will, something in my head just triggered. And I was like, there's a lot of rifle talents in this game that revolve around landing a headshot that gives you considerable buffs to your damage. And we'll have a little talk about that. So, if we just go to rifles and have a look at the talent. Breadbasket. Landing a body shot adds stacks of 55% bonus headshot damage on your next headshot for 10 seconds, and that's a maximum of 3 stacks. That is just the standard variant of this. And the way that I was thinking is, if you find yourself a fast firing rifle, something akin to the LVOC the LVOC or the lightweight M4, both of these guns have fire rates that are fairly high. The lightweight M4's 360. That's actually 6 shots a second. So going back to Breadbasket, where you've only got to land 3 to get the maximum potential of 165% headshot, you could just use a lightweight M4 with Breadbasket on, consistently shoot somebody in the chest, and every second get a massive headshot damage. I was like, that's really cool. There is another one. Where was it? Rifleman. Landing headshots stack the bonus weapon damage of 10% for 5 seconds to a maximum stack of 5. So that'll be 50%. Every second you can land a headshot just by shooting somebody in the chest. And every time you hit a headshot, that will also refresh. So you're gonna be getting 50% weapon damage if you ran the same combo, the Iron Will with Rifleman. I'm getting more and more excited for this the more I talk about it. I was like, this is really quite cool. And then I made a video on it the other day. The new Steel and Sons ACR, which is amp damage. You stack up 3 shots on a chest. This gun can fire 7 rounds a second. So every time that the Iron Will buff will come in, which is going to guarantee you a headshot, you'll have your 3 stacks if you're just landing body shots, and then you will get the amplified headshot every time. And if you're then chaining together the destroying an enemy's weak spot with that, you can have it all just going. Just by shooting at somebody without even having to worry about landing the headshot. If you are in the group of people that are really upset that they're changing determined because it's a favourite of yours, I do sympathise, because I have used it in the past and it is incredibly strong and it is fun. And we are all about the fun in this channel. It's a massive part of what I'm trying to do here. We're not always necessarily going to be chasing metas and that sort of thing. We're trying to do things that are fun. And that new chess piece, Iron Will, with some of the rifle talents in this game and how they synergize together, could be absolutely incredible. Don't focus on the negative, guys. If I know it's difficult when it's something that you really enjoy and it's being taken away. I'm only human as well. I've been guilty of this sort of thing in the past too. But focus on the good. Go and have a look at some of the other talents that there are that revolve around headshot. There was another one that I've just remembered. Preservation. So, killing an enemy with a headshot. I know preservation isn't really used a great deal, but it could be now with rifles if you need some survivability. Rifles are already incredibly strong as an archetype of a weapon. And now, if you ran preservation with Iron Will, there's a real high chance that you could get that headshot kill without even having to focus on getting a headshot. And you'll get 20% armor regen. Oh no, sorry, not 20%, 20% armor repair. Like, there's some real potential here for some really cool synergies. So, I can't wait for it to hit the game. I can't go and test any of my theories. If any of you guys do have access to the PTS and you've watched this and I've lit a fire under you, please go and give this a go and get back to me, because I would love to. I would love to know the answer to these questions. Like, even things that are fan favourites like Killer. Because of how strong Killer is, like if you're just shooting at somebody and you get a critical kill and you get the 70% critical hit damage, that can stack with a headshot. So if you can get a headshot critical hit without even having to shoot at somebody in the head, you just keep shooting them at the body, and on occasions this can happen. Like, that's another one. Like, there's so much potential here for something really cool. Like, they have effectively just put determined onto a chess piece and made it exotic, and that's fine, because there are quite a few talents. Well, I say quite a few. There's a handful. There's a handful of talents in here for rifles, marksman rifles, and pistols that revolve around you landing a headshot. And when you're in the thick of a gunfight and it's getting a bit hectic, landing that headshot sometimes is fairly difficult. But hitting the enemy is not necessarily. And these could buff, like some of these talents that haven't been used for a real long time because they are a bit awkward to proc. That chess piece is going to make that infinitely easier. And these are some strong talents. 165% headshot damage for every second, which you will be able to do because you've only got to get 3 stacks. And some of the faster firing rifles, the ACR, that'll fire 7 rounds. The lightweight M4, that'll fire 6 rounds a second. So the second that your next headshot comes up, you're gonna be maximum stacked on these talents. So, yeah, I'll say it again. Try not to focus on the negative. this, for me, playing video games and stuff, it's for the fun of it. And this is going to be fun. If I'm right with my theory, because we also love a bit of theory crafting, if I am right, this could be really, really cool. So I'll leave that with you guys to have a little think. And until next time, you take it easy.